Hello friends of YouTube, we're back with another account review today, and we're going to be taking a look at someone who has recently returned to the game after a few months off. Now, firstly, it's holiday season. Taking a break before holiday season is a bit of a bad idea, because it's the time we like to save scrolls and things to then use on holiday season to say, oh, you know what, I'm just not going to play and I'm going to come back during holiday season is kind of a bit questionable, because you come back and then you've got nothing to complete the events with. But you know what? Our friend here called SpiderMan, that didn't stop him from getting involved in this event. Oh, no. As you can see, he's already been having a wonderful time. And he's done 380 heroic summon scrolls already to try and get himself a copy of Tix. Now, you know what? Tix is a great hero to choose. 380 scrolls is a journey. It's a journey. But the reality is, folks, only involve yourself in this event if you have enough scrolls to get an artifact. To do that, you'd need 900 scrolls. And if we look at the bag, you'll see we have 11 heroic summon scrolls, no prophet orbs. This was a mistake, Spider-Man, because you have nothing left. You should have saved all of those scrolls, and you might have been able to get to 900 for Christmas. Unfortunately, though, you didn't save all those scrolls, and we are where we are. So it's gonna be a hard time. It really is. It's gonna be a very difficult few months for you. But you know what? After all those resources were used, look what he managed to get himself, folks. An E5 and Nosuke. An 8-star Flora. And an 8-star Delasium. So, I see this. I want to see if you've got other Delasium copies. You do, so you could build him to 9-star. And for Flora? Nope. So Flora is trapped at 8-star because you can't take her up until you get another one. So you've got all these 6-star foods that are completely useless to you. What you really should be doing is saving heroes that you can actually build up. Like this Valkyrie here, you got 3 copies of her. If you get 2 more, that's 10-star. Feed her up with these 6 stars, and eventually you'll be able to build her to 10-star and then use her as fodder. I imagine what you've done is absolutely trashed every single hero you had inside this Nosuke to build him E5. So let's do a little bit of investigating to see what those 10 stars might have been. Oh dear. Spider-Man. Did you feed an Eloise? I think you did. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, let's look at the Fortress faction. Nosuke is still alive, we know that. Abyss? No 10-star here. Forest? No 10-star. Okay. Oh, Lutz! Lutz! Ah! Lutz. And was Garuda one of them? Did you? Oh, Garuda. So, yeah. You fed a 10-star Garuda, a 10-star Lutz, and a 10-star Eloise. Oh, dear. So, Eloise is the best first E5 you could possibly build. And the fact that you had 5 copies to build it to 10-star. Beautiful. You were doing it so well. And I bet you... Did you open chests for the Eloise? Oh, you've still got chests? Oh, no. I bet you he opened chests for a Nosuke to build a Nosuke to E5. What video did you watch that told you a Nosuke was the best first E5? No! No, he got nerfed like over a year ago. Oh, bro. Oh, dear. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Oh. Okay. Okay, Spider-Man. What you have to do is accept what you've done. Like all these account reviews, I cannot magic back an Eloise. But I can tell you, Nosuke is not that bad. right? It's not like the last account review where it was an Azrael. At least a Nosuke can do something. Yes, he doesn't heal himself, and yes, his shields aren't as strong as they used to be, but with a good artifact and something spicy, he'll be okay. Attack precision. I'd rather attack HP, if I'm honest, but attack precision is okay, considering you don't have a lot of gold. You probably don't have a lot of dust either. Absolutely not. And magic source is okay if you can give him shields in advance, so that, like, from a Fiona or something, so his active skill then hits hard. I don't know if I like this, but it'll have to do for now. It does give him shields as active, right? That's the way this works. Nosuke, blah, blah, blah. Does it give him shields? Or does he need to do a basic to give himself shields? Is that where he gets his shields from? Yeah, it does. Gains a sword, win shield. So you probably don't want an active skill in him, in all fairness. You probably actually do just want to run him with, like, a golden crown to keep him alive. So I would try and get yourself a golden crown if you can as your first artifact. The Flora, lost. I don't know why you built this. It's just lost on me because you don't have any other copies, so it's kind of just a trapping of tons of food in the forest faction. Would have been better to go with someone you have multiple copies of. Delatium's fine though. You can get him to 9-star. He's actually a solid 9-star. He's a good support because he'll get his passive, which allows him to replicate damage over time, which when you do decide to build an Ithaca, if you decide to build an Ithaca, will work. What about Kiss a Ghost on a Nosuke? Oh, I just wouldn't. Why? He doesn't have one, right? And I'm not pulling one from a chest. Why on earth would you pull one from a chest? So if he gets one from a bond chest just randomly, that's totally cool, but there's no reason to go out of your way to grab a Kiss of Ghost. That's madness. And he's got 3 Tixes? Yeah, he does. So Tix is the hero I think he's trying to go for next. Tix is a fine hero. Tix is really solid. And it hurts me even more that you're trying to go for Tix, because Tix is a brilliant hero alongside an Eloise. So you literally made one fatal blunder when you came back to this. If you'd have just used your chests and your hero progressions and fed the 10-star and Nosuke instead of feeding the 10-star Eloise and build Eloise to E5, this would have been incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. But unfortunately you didn't. You went with a Nosuke and we're stuck as we are. But a Nosuke will be fine. He'll be a tenant for Sword Flash, but then can we even recommend as a Sword Flash as a hero to build? I don't think so, because you were really just absolutely trapped because you don't even have that many artifacts. Now, you've asked, which hero should you build next? Really common question that I get asked from people in this position. The truth, there's only one hero I can strongly recommend to anyone who's just picked up their first E5, and it's Ignis. Now, you don't have any Ignis copies, but if you get 3 Ignises, you can build her to 9-star, and as you can see from the passive on this 10-star version, that will give full healing and control immunity to the hero she goes next to. And control immunity on whatever E5 you have is fantastic, because it means that you can go ahead and focus on something completely different. So what you need to do is build a 9-star Ignis. And you guys are saying he fed Ignis? Oh, he did! You 6-starred Ignis and fed her? Oh, bro, the thing he sent me in the DM when I first saw this account was I basically ruined my account by feeding everything I had to build my first E5. This is why you don't build multiple good heroes at the same time, right? You just build terrible heroes until you know who your first E5 is going to be, so that when you do this and compress everything you have into your first E5, it's a good hero. It's fine, right? You don't mind that because everything you fed was terrible, and you keep all the other good stuff you have lying around. Like, we've got 2 Fat Moos here. He could have been the Ignis. You could have made him 6-star and fed him instead. And Nosuke's not even that good. Yeah, you're right, but it's the hero we've got, so we've just got to make do and deal with it. So, oh boy. So based on the fact we don't like a Nosuke, SpiderMan's asked, who should I switch it to? Right, dude, it's the same to who your next hero should be. The answer is you can't. You can't. It doesn't work like that. This is Idle Heroes, right? Unfortunately, you can't just go to the character creation screen and swap heroes. You need hero copies. And if we look through all of your factions, or even just in your bag, you've only got 86 heroes, you don't have anybody apart from these 3 Tixes just chilling here. And this is the awkward thing. All you can do now is just build 9 stars and 10 stars that you do not care about. people that you just build up, whether it's Gru's, Rogan's, whether it's the Karim here to 9-star because you've got 3 copies already, or just wait until you've got 5 copies of someone so that you can build them to 10-star. Like, you know how to 10-star a hero. You did it with an Eloise, right? So you know what you're doing, right? So you just build a hero to 10-star that's rubbish, right? Don't pull them from chests, and I bet you the only way he even had 5 copies of Eloise is because he wasted a ton of chests on her and then just fed her anyway. And this has left him now in this position where he's got no hero chests apart from this one here. Like, I just think of all the chests that got used for that Eloise only should just be thrown in the bin, right? That's the infuriating thing. It's probably the biggest mistake you could make as an early player, is not only feed a good hero like Eloise, but waste chests on them, right? It's insane. And I just feel really awkward for him because of this. It's horrid, because he says, who can I build? The answer is no one. You just have to build food, because hopefully in the time that you build 9 stars and 10 stars, because you're going to need 3 9 stars, you're going to need 3 10 stars to even build another E5. In the time it takes you to establish that food, then you save chests, right? So spread them out across the factions. That way you're not wasting your fodder. 1 9-star in each faction that's a rubbish hero, so that when you finally, in the time it takes you to build that food, do get chests and do get hero copies, you can then look at who you've got and then go, right, I've managed to save 5 copies of Ithaca and I've got 4 chests. That's 9. That's enough for an E5. Or maybe it's I've got 5 copies of ticks. I've got 4 chests. That's 9. Off we go. Do not open chests the moment you get them, because a chest is an any hero option. So it adds to the versatility of your choice when you do finally get all the food for that first E5. So save all of the chests until you do have enough food to build another E5. The only exception to that is Ignis, but I wouldn't even start using chests for Ignis, because I was about to say he would have gotten copies of Ignis, but oh no, he will! Oh, brilliant. If you build an E3 in the Shadow or Abyss faction, you'll get an Ignis anyway. So that's 1 Ignis out of your 3 that you'll need. So that's absolutely fine. And oof. Basically, yeah, this is hard. This is really, really hard. And all I can say is I wish you the best of luck. You've just got to get those 9 stars and 10 stars put together. And when you did come back, the fact that you rushed everything to get an E5 was unwise. Now, normally we do say build a first E5 as fast as you can, but if it comes at the price of feeding all these other heroes you've built, it's terrible. And this is why, as an early player, you shouldn't build multiple heroes who are good before you have an E5, because when you're forced to go and compress all those heroes together to get your first E5, you just end up ruining your progress by getting rid of all the good heroes you managed to establish on this account, whether it's Garuda, Eloise, whoever. And that really, really sucks for this account. So hopefully that's some advice for you, and that's what we call building wide, because the solution to building wide is to do what he did and make an absolute massacre. So I cannot tell you who your next hero is, because I don't know who you're going to have 9 copies of when it's time to build another E5. All I can tell you to do is build 9-star food and 10-star food. Use some of those 10 stars to maybe get a Void 2 or Nosuke, and good luck using him. As for artifacts, you're going to want 1 golden crown, then go pick up 4 melodic strings. It's just follow the typical path, because that will still be really, really useful for you. Once you've done that, Splendid Augustus Magic Ball would be really nice, so you'll need 4 more copies of that. Heck, that's 9 artifacts you need to go and focus on, so hopefully that's enough just for the early game. Try and get yourself Eloise. I know you fed a ton of copies of her, but good luck grabbing her. And Tix is another one to consider. And just basically do your research into what heroes in all the factions there are in the game are good and who you want to build, and hopefully by engaging with the community you can learn more and this account can grow and develop. It's a shame what you did, but there's no way to undo it now. So unfortunately, you've just got to crack on, and best of luck. If you want to have your account reviewed, please join us on Tuesdays over on Twitch. For more information, you can find our Discord in the description down below. And thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this and want to check out some more content, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, folks, have a fantastic week and happy island.